One of the biggest myths in medicine is that being exhausted all the time is simply part of getting older. It's not. If you need coffee just to get through the day, if you fall asleep watching television every evening, or if you wake up tired despite getting what should be enough sleep, your body may be trying to tell you something important. Today, we are going to discuss why fatigue is never something that should simply be ignored. Welcome to your daily health briefing. I'm Dr. Albert Takem. This show is here to help you navigate the complex U.S. medical system, one step at a time. Whether you are decoding a new diagnosis, fighting for a referral, or just trying to stay informed, you are in the right place. Let's get into the science. Dr. Shah, I have a patient who comes to see me. He's 54 years old. He's a male patient and tells me, Doc, I feel like my energy levels are not what they used to be. I'm tired all day long and I used to be very active. Now by 3 p.m., I find myself having to take a nap at my desk at work. Am I just getting older? Have you had experience with similar situations?
Yeah, so many patients come with similar complaints like that. So in the realm of sleep apnea and sleep, one of the things, are they getting enough sleep? Or are they up all night? Are they having sleep apnea? And, we would do a stop bang and try to analyze to see if there's risk factors for sleep apnea and then get them a sleep study. But being that fatigued is not normal and definitely needs to be kind of worked up.
So let's get a little bit into the science here and go step by step. When somebody is fatigued all the time, the first question patients would ask me is, Doc, what is the best vitamin or multivitamin for me to take to deal with this fatigue? Now, I usually tell them, well, why don't we first check your vitamin levels and determine if you are actually deficient in anything before talking about replacement. What do you think about that approach? Are there any vitamins that should be checked and which ones?
Well, vitamin D would be probably one of the main vitamins that I would say if you are fatigued often. But beyond vitamins, I think that you need to know if are their electrolytes okay? Are the kidney function okay? Are they anemic? There's more to it, I think, than just the vitamin part of it. B12 obviously is another one that people cite for being fatigued. So
iron. Don't forget iron.
Right? So part of the anemia workup. So there's several things that I think that need to be looked at when somebody getting over a virus or they have Epstein-Barr issues. So there's many reasons to be fatigued. Right? In the realm of sleep apnea, what we're talking about specifically, sleep apnea, as it goes on the spectrum of severity, the more severe you are, the more likely you're going to be tired during the day. And that one of the biggest reasons is that during the night, you're supposed to be resting, but these people are not resting. They're basically working just as hard, if not harder, at night when they're sleeping or thinking that they're sleeping than they are during the day. In other words, when you stop breathing, your cortisol spikes. With that spike, you're going to start having blood pressure. You're going to start having blood sugar that goes up. You're going to start having brain waves that are going to be less in the deep and more repair and repose parts of your sleep and more in the less, like your brain is supposed to. What I always tell my patients is, when you go to Walmart at midnight, they're reshelving the stock. They're putting back on the shelves all the stock that's been taken out. Your brain is supposed to do that at night.
Okay.
But you're not doing that. You're still working. You're still trying to keep up with your...
So despite being sleeping,
you could be totally exhausted.
You're still working.
You're still working. And so you're never resting. You're just not resting. And so that is going to carry over during the daytime. And you're going to be sleepy. You're going to be tired. You're going to need that caffeine to try to get you awake. And at some point, the caffeine also doesn't work. Then you need more caffeine, so then people start getting 3 cups of coffee, a pot of coffee, and then the coffee doesn't work anymore, So it's all because the internal metabolic processes at a certain point. The point of sleep is to rest, is to repair, is to put memories where they're supposed to be. These people get very forgetful. Their memories are gone. They're just overwhelmingly tired. And that is another aspect of sleep apnea. And so that's where we want to step in and try to treat that sleep apnea.
So if I understand you well, when the patient complains of being tired all the time, it sounds like the first place we want to look at is the quality of their sleep.
That is very key. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Before we start looking into do you need a vitamin or not,
Correct.
let's first check the quality of your sleep and then the metabolic parameters you mentioned.
Yeah. Outside of, I think, vitamin D and B12 is very commonly that we usually have enough.
Yeah.
There's a few people that have absorption issues that don't absorb B12 or iron. They're absorbed in a very similar area in the small intestine. So that's typically not going to be the case. So, sleep is a third of your 24-hour cycle.
Yeah.
It's a huge part. So if we neglect that part, I think we're missing the boat. So insomnia is part of that as well. There's a lot of people who are going into bed, but they're still wired. So they're staying awake for a period of time. Sleep apnea obviously is another part of that. So you're not repairing, you're not getting the rest where your brain is putting back the junk, I call it, of metabolism from your brain needs to get out of your glial system, right? We call the lymphatics, which is kind of newer now term. But basically that is getting rid of all the expired and the things that have been used up in the metabolic processes in your brain, get them out and reintroduce the good stuff.
Okay.
We're not doing that.
Consequently, the fatigue.
The fatigue.
Okay.
And poor choices. Again, once you are fatigued, you're not going to want to make a great meal because usually a good meal that is healthy for you takes time. You got to chop things up. You got to wash the vegetables. You got to, you don't want to do that. You're going to reach for the
Something
easy meals that
satisfying.
have carbs that are going to satisfy you. And so therefore you start gaining weight. And so you're not exercising. You start gaining weight. And the weight then causes, metabolic problems. And then you end up with diabetes or pre-diabetic or your, blood pressure starts going up. And so insulin and high blood pressure are also related. So this is where we are as a American community now, right? It's endemic to us.
So fatigue is basically, or could very well be, the canary in the coal mine that there's something going on with your sleep.
Absolutely.
Do not brush it under the rug or sweep it under the rug by taking a multivitamin.
I think that really simplifies things if you think that, a pill can kind of improve fatigue. But fatigue in itself is a part and parcel of a bigger conundrum, a bigger process that's happening. And so it definitely should be worked up.
Okay, fantastic. So as we wrap up, if there are just 3 takeaway action items for patients here to summarize what you said. Number 1 is do not ignore fatigue.
Correct.
Make sure that it's properly worked up by your doctor.
Correct.
And number 2, make sure that you get a proper sleep evaluation, looking for insomnia or sleep apnea.
Correct.
And number 3, do not take it lightly.
Yeah.
It can compound into other things like obesity because, as you said, no one fixes a salad at 11 p.m.
Right. Absolutely.
You will want something that tastes better, that
Right.
tastes sweet. You want some sugar.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Shah.
Thank you.
This has been the Daily Brief. Medicine is not about certainty. It is about responsibility. Decisions are often made with incomplete information, but they are always made with your safety in mind. In a system that can feel rushed and fragmented, you deserve clarity, continuity, and an advocate who sees the whole picture. I am Dr. Albert Takem, your physician ally, high-level science, human level care. I will see you at the next briefing, or I will see you in the clinic.